It's funny, I wish I could remember who said this. It was just something I saw on Twitter that where they described people who don't really gel with FromSoft fans who don't really gel with Elden Ring or Sekiro because they're like kind of the two extremes of Sekiro's all about like perfect combat competency, and Elden Ring is all about cheesing every boss as hard as you can, and all the Dark Souls games and Bloodborne are in the middle of like you can kind of do both, and it's important to try and do both. And it made perfect sense why that's the only one that's ever really stuck with me is Sekiro, where it always felt fair. It never felt like there was some like weird trick I should be doing.
So hard though.
I love it. Love that game.
We're here in the Spring Yard Zone. You know, I'm remembering now, Keith.
Yeah.
You know, back in the original time we played through this game when we were younger, we wasted a lot of breath on the Mario versus Sonic debate.
Oh yeah, it's not even a debate.
Or even, I guess at the time I was like, stop talking about this. This is over. And now I'm like, yeah, they did. Good.
We had the last word.
Yeah, we had the last word on the Mario versus Sonic
and
debate.
What was that word?
It was, who cares, shut up.
It's so funny because I'm sure that I agreed with you, right? Did I agree with you?
Yeah, I think so.
I now disagree. I'm tacking.
You're just all the way on Sonic.
Yeah, Mario. Now that we've done Mario as a Let's Play, I'm like, man, Mario sucks. I fucking hate it. I have now a less mature opinion.
Yeah, sorry. We should also mention that at some point since the last Let's Play, Keith did do a full heel turn and became a villain.
Yeah. I don't like almost a single one of those games. With the one exception being Super Mario Land for the Game Boy. Which zone is this? Spring Yard?
Spring Yard.
Spring Yard. This is a good one.
Good song.
Sorry, I was thinking about the music.
Right.
And I said, this is a good one.
Yeah.
I meant the music. In some ways, Sonic 1 is a game that you play. It's a living soundtrack. You have to play the game to get to the next track.
Yeah.
It's very experimental. Hey, how come you can't stand on any of these obvious tables?
These columns?
Yeah.
Because those are in the background. Idiot.
What?
You should have
known
that.
Background? They're in the background?
Yeah,
what are
in the
they?
Background.
They look very much in the foreground.
Sorry. You're
because
wrong
when you
that.
jump,
Nope.
They move around, but the mountains don't.
Yeah, but they're in the background of the foreground. You know?
Or they're in the foreground of the background.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was right.
Go back down.
The thing I
down.
said was right.
I just want to look at this. I just want to look at this weird sci-fi lantern that they've got down there. This weird sci-fi spotlight. Just like a weird orb that's dark on one side that spits around.
Yeah, these are everywhere.
On Earth?
Ah! No, in the level.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Cheryl saw me playing these Sonic games, I guess back when the Origins collection came out on Switch, and she kept laughing every time it said Sonic has passed. Like Sonic dies, he goes to heaven at the end of every level. And then when I got to Sonic 2 and it said Sonic got through, she was so upset. Like, why would they do that?
Why? Wait, no, but it's true. He in both, he was sick. At the end of every Sonic 1 level, he dies. And at the end of every Sonic 2 level, he recovers.
It's a more positive game.
It's a more positive game, yeah. They were sick of the negativity in the video games industry.
Oh, wait.
Another battle that Sega unfortunately lost.
Sorry, which thing did they lose?
I said that they were sick of the negativity in the video game industry.
Oh, yeah.
This is treacherous. What kind of sick mind would develop
this in a Spring
place
Yard
like this?
Zone?
Oh yeah, what is a spring yard?
Nobody knows.
It seems when you first hear it to be a yard that is in spring, like it has bloomed.
No, that's
but
not
no,
what
it's just like a place where they put springs.
Yeah, I actually never even considered the seasonal part of it. Because I think
because of how core the spring is to the Sonic franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it's like, hey, spring yard, and there's springs here, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the spring yard. Bounce, bounce.
Bounce, bounce. The classic refrain.
Hey, motherfucker, I'm in the spring yard. Bounce, bounce.
Bounce, bounce.
We were talking about the chain of input lag on our original Sonic Let's Play
tell
setup.
me about that. Yeah.
It was...
I just assumed it was the because the PlayStation was bad.
No, it was like 4 things.
And then the Dazzle.
No, the Dazzle had nothing to do with it, actually.
Oh, okay. So tell me.
It was that...
So fucking tell me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking tell you. Just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna fucking tell you. So we were emulating the Genesis, which is already something that adds input lag, is to emulate something. And it was emulating it on the PS2, but we were playing that PS2 in a software PS2 emulation PS3. So that definitely could have added some more input lag.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we were using wireless controller instead of wired. And then on top of that, we were putting a composite signal into an HD TV that then had to like process that signal so that we could watch it.
Okay, so the worst thing here is probably the TV.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it's probably the PS3 emulating a PS2.
Maybe.
And then it's probably... But I really think it's one of these... It's that thing where it's like... I bet all of these things add somewhere between 2 and 7 milliseconds.
The TV itself, I bet added at least 30 to 50.
Really?
That TV especially was not.
Was
very
there
good.
Like that much? Do you think there was like almost like 100 milliseconds?
It was
of
insane.
Delay?
Not only did we do terrible in playing the game, but like a couple weeks later, I ended up, for the first time in years, plugging a real Genesis into a CRT, and I tried out the input lag, and the first time I made Sonic jump, my brain literally perceived Sonic as jumping before I pushed the button because the reduction in latency was so extreme.
That's great. Hey, we should try and get there with these stupid flat panel displays. Let's get back to no latency.
Or Keith.
Yeah.
Keith?
Hmm?
What if we just started using CRTs again?
Tell me what's wrong with a cathode ray? I love a cathode ray.
They're just so big and heavy, but I mean, once you get it to your entertainment center, where's it going?
Where's it going? Come on. I mean, can we really not figure out how to make a smaller cathode ray? Is it physically impossible?
I mean, they put one into the Sega Nomad.
And I'm saying I think that was an LCD.
I'm not sure. You're probably right.
I mean, the Game Boy was an LCD, Like, they had the technology.
Right, but not for the full incredible color.
I think that it was a cost issue for the Game Boy. It wasn't a technology issue, which is why the Game Boy was $69 and the Nomad was $300 or something, or $400.
Well, the Nomad... That was always like a novelty. The Sega Nomad, if anyone
no, it was my core way of experiencing the Sega Genesis. It was the best purchase I ever made without my own money.
Well, I just mean it was...
Really looking you were to die there. They got me.
Sorry, they can't get me.
How funny would it be if they remade Sonic 1? Which arguably they did 100 times. But this time they just like give you paths that lead to just drops, just rings going down, and you go down, and it's like, nope, you died.
Why would that be good?
I don't know. Why do people play those really hard Mario levels? Because it's fun.
What if they made a Mario game where sometimes Wario just shows up and beats you up?
They do. It's called Smash Brothers. No, Wario's not in Smash Bros. That's crazy, right? Did he ever get into one?
Yeah, of course he did.
Is he in the newest one? Is he in the Switch one?
I don't know. He was definitely in Brawl.
Was he in Brawl?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I think he had like a motorcycle, right? He was like his Wario.
I do remember the motorcycle, yeah. I do remember that.
Anyways, you were talking before about.
No, I wasn't.
Well, somebody before was talking about not wanting to look at the chat because they felt that it would, sully the memory and spirit of the
at least
Sonic,
at the beginning of this early hour.
Let's play 20 years of Sonic. But I think what you're forgetting is that this is a remaster. So we're adding in all the modern bells and whistles that would come with a... Oh.
Hey, they did the thing. I was just talking about that. I'm glad. Look at that.
Oh, that thankfully they killed me with an infinite pit.
Yeah, they killed you with an infinite pit that looked like a real place.
Thank God.
Yeah. Good job, Sonic 1. I guess you don't have to get remade. You're bullshit already.
Keith, this Let's Play, it's a remaster. We got to add all the extra features that were woefully absent that were stupidly absent. We're actually morons for not having a chat in the original one.
4K CRT. Let's do that.
Oh my God.
Are there 4K CRT monitors? Let's see. There are no 4K CRTs.
I don't even have a 4K TV.
I have a 4K TV.
How's it going for you?
I mean, I really like it. It's the TV that's in my living room right now. It was Ted's old TV. He was upgrading when he bought his house. He had a bigger spot for a TV and upgraded to like an 80-inch
TV.
TV
In the world, yeah.
And
screw you, asshole.
Screw you, asshole. This guy's always coming around, ruining our good time.
Yeah.
So he got a new TV and he just gave me his old TV.
Rip.
It's a 2016 Sony Bravia. I think it's like 60 inches, 65 inches, something like that. And it's great. I mean, I don't watch almost any 4K content on it. I guess technically I'm playing video games in 4K on the Xbox.
Right.
I kind of don't believe in 4K ideologically for games. We've talked about this. I think that 1440 is for the people. I think that we should be focusing on making games run at like high refresh rates on 1440 monitors and not like 30 with frame generation at 4K.
Yeah.
I think that's bad. I think that it's part of why the video game industry is so terrible right now.
Yeah, for you, this is an ideological issue.
Oh, it's also practical. It's very expensive, Well, I think the ideology comes from your experiences in the world. And my experience in the world is that 4K sucks.
Yeah. I was just trying to say that you were saying you don't believe in 4K ideologically, but I don't believe in 4K literally. Like, I actually don't think it's real. A scam. Oh, come on!
Sorry, what do you mean? You think it's
fucking horseshit?
You think it's a scam as in they're taking lower...
It's not real.
It's not... It doesn't exist.
No, they're lying.
They're lying.
It's
how many... What do you think the resolution is?
It's just 1080.
It's just 1080, you think?
They literally... This is what they do. They keep the image at 1080, and they just tell the system to run the game worse, and they tell you it's a higher resolution. This is what they're doing, and we're just letting them get away with it.
I think here's what I heard. I heard this from a reputable source.
Ooh, reputable.
Yeah, they just take a regular-ass 1080p display and they put them 2x2 and call it 4K. Unreal. And they run it on Unreal.
Yeah.
Now here's a game that runs at a solid refresh rate.
Sonic.
Well,
actually, it's got slowdown.
It does have a little slowdown.
I mean, the refresh rate, I believe, is constant, but the
frame rate is not. Well, you think there's no VSync?
VSync was not an issue when this game was
created. I'm pretty sure that VSync, you're always with that VSync on. Even if it's Sonic 1.
You're always supposed to have VSync on, said no one ever. Not a fan of the music going on in here. Gotta be real with you. I think
You know what it is? I can tell you what the problem is with this
a
one.
little bit for chumps.
I think that I can tell you the problem. Here, let's get. Can we get out of the water and just hang out with it for a second?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let me just get out of the water.
Okay. Great. Perfect. Thank you. The main like melody of it, the bum 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 bum, that part's good. But then there's this part in the background that's kind of like giving it a slightly sinister tone. The like, that's the part that sucks.
I think it's a little cheerier. No, I have the opposite feeling. I feel like this twangy thing up front is what I don't want.
No, I think that if you had a different backbone, you have clashing tones. It's not working. I think that if you had a more consistent vibe, this song would be better.
It's also a really visually boring level.
And it's a water level, and no one likes these.
No, am I a Sonic water level defender?
No, you're not. Maybe you would say that they're underrated, but still not good.
I think they're underrated.
But still not good.
Yeah. Like, I think Sonic water levels are some of the better water levels out there. Water levels, a classically maligned level theme in video games.
I think they should release a kind of water called Sonic Water.
Oh my god.
I would drink Sonic Water. If Sega started selling Sonic Water, I would buy it. They just called it Sonic Water. It was just water.
Why?
It was just spring water called Sonic Water.
Why is it called Sonic Water?
Because it's made by because Sega bought a bottling plant. That's why. Are you telling me that of all your water options, you wouldn't get Sonic Water?
No, I only drink Trump Ice. The Trump bottled water that he tried to get going by... Like everything Donald Trump ever did, it was like advertised on an episode of The Apprentice, but even the labels on the bottle looked so cheap and bad that you weren't even sure if he was serious that he wanted to start this as a product or if the whole thing was just a bit for the premise of the episode of the reality show.
Well, I'll give you a sad hint. It was always the first one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, it can be both.
It can be both.
That's the best part.
I could go for some Sonic Water. I'm kind of thirsty.
Sonic Water. No, Keith, if you want the Sonic Water, you have to buy G Fuel. Sonic branded G Fuel. I believe that's where Sonic hangs out in his branded liquids these days.
Yeah, but I really want water. I don't want G Fuel because, as you know, there's only 1.5 good energy drinks in the world. And neither of them are G Fuel.
Sorry, and just to be clear, the one is NOS and the half is Red Bull, right?
No comment.
Okay. That means that if...
It means no comment.
But it has to mean you agree, because if you disagreed, you'd just say so, because you always love to say when you disagree with me.
No, I think Red Bull is better than NOS. NOS is more fun than Red Bull. Taste-wise, I'm going Red Bull.
Are you sure? I mean, NOS tastes like an Orangina. It's
I don't really love orange drink flavor.
I normally agree, but I just think they do it really good. I feel like NOS is
But again, metal can NOS with a twist-off cap.
NOS
and it's called NOS and it's orange. That's sick.
NOS is I think, has like the least fake medicine chemically taste of any of the...
And I think that Red Bull has the least fake. And the other thing is that actually there's a ton of like non-medicine-y tasting energy drinks now because as a product category, people understand what energy drinks are and they don't need to be like tricked into thinking that it's like they don't have to use a fake flavor profile to trick people into knowing it's doing something.
I can still be scandalized when I walk into a store and see a Skittles branded energy drink.
And the ones that don't taste like medicine, they just taste like normal drinks, those are the worst ones. They taste terrible. When an energy drink just tastes kind of like juice or like a tea or something, it's a nightmare. It's awful. It tastes awful. None of them are good. Sometimes original flavored Monster is okay.
Yeah, the original flavor Monster is great. In its way.
In its way. In its sad little way. What's your goal here? What are you doing?
In its way that it does. Exactly, right? I think there's a...
Yes, and I do mean that broadly. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, Keith, I don't know what we're trying to accomplish here. With run button?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you have any ideas what we're trying to accomplish here with Run Button, you can go to contentburger.biz, sign up as a paid member of our Patreon, and let us know.
Oh, there it is. Well, hey, since we might have, I guess theoretically there might be someone watching this who's like watching because of the Sonic thing,
yeah,
and they haven't seen
that's
a
how
lot
the
of our
first
other more recent videos.
That's how our first videos went. People just saw it because it was a Sonic thing and watched it.
But some of the other videos we've done recently in recent couple years, we did I think some really fun Let's Plays of the first 3 Metal Gear Solid games.
Oh yeah, I think those are great. I think that's our best recent work.
Yeah, I agree. I think maybe it starts. Maybe it could have had a stronger start, but we get there.
Honestly, I don't remember the very beginning of it, but I never felt. I do remember one time needing to show someone a Run Button video. I don't remember exactly why, and being like, "Oh, Homecoming Part 5 and Metal Gear Solid Part 1 are both new. I should pick one of these." And picking Silent Hill, even though I thought that the Metal Gear thing was going better at the time. So I must have agreed back then that it, at least the first episode doesn't shine in comparison to Silent Hill. But that's because we have a long-standing history and an established rhythm with Silent Hill.
True.
So it's not hard to start a new game. I mean, psychologically it's hard, but content-wise it's easy.
Plus, with the Metal Gear one, I recapped the first 2 Metal Gear games that we were skipping.
I thought that Metal Gear Solid 1 had basically the same plot as Metal Gear 1.
No. Wow.
Whoa, what was that?
Those are the hidden. There's always hidden little point thingies at the end that you earn by touching them. Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Only for Sonic 1.
I don't think I knew that.
Yeah. It's true. I have never really put time into, I'm sure if you're amazing,
which I am.
I'm sure if you've got psychological peculiarities, you may have spent a lot of time memorizing where those secret points are for each level of the game.
No, I did not do that. Despite being amazing and having psychological problems.
I didn't say problems.
Issues.
Peculiarities.
Oh. Yeah, I couldn't remember what you said. Anyway, I understood what you meant, though.
I didn't mean anything.
You meant crazies. You're talking about crazy people.
I did not use that word.
You're talking about freaks. You said freaks. These freaks.
Keith.
These Sonic freaks.
Keith.
Yeah.
You can't talk about these loonies this way. They're going to come after me, and they're fucking...
You really gotta concentrate. You can't miss another one of these.
Yeah, no.
You can't miss another one of these. By the way, this one kind of looks dangerous. I don't know about this.
Oh, you mean it just looks
Yeah,
evil.
This looks like a threatening kind of one.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, gosh.
Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. If I'm not... Oh, okay, there is actually... This is not the second to last level. There's another one. But, our chances... Oh, no.
Sorry, this is Labrynth Zone? No, there's 3 more levels. Starlight, Scrap Brain, and Final Zone.
Well, Final Zone. That's just the final boss.
Sure. You don't think that counts?
No.
It has its own zone.
No, it's just the third... It's just the 3rd Scrap Brain. It's the 4th Scrap Brain.
What do you think a Scrap Brain is? Is that like a Verbo Brain from Star Wars?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It must have been Sonic that we first talked about the Verbo Brain.
I think when you are the kind of wealthy person who starts wanting to rent your extra homes out as vacation rentals by yourself, then you get a Verbo Brain. That's another way you can get a Verbo Brain. There we go. But I think we may have run out of chances to get all the emeralds. I think we've only got 2 more chances and 3 more emeralds.
Wow. So we failed.
I believe that we have failed.
So you can't even miss 2. So we got to go back.
We got to go back? We got to...
I think that you specifically said that you wanted to do this without cheating.
Okay, so we have to get the big flowers at the end?
I got to remind me what even you mean.
That's just... When you beat the game with all the emeralds, the flowers turn big at the end.
Oh, okay. You know, I guess... Wait, does Supersonic even exist in this one?
No.
Yeah, okay, so the emeralds don't do anything.
No.
So I'll give it to you.
They
in
turn
this
the flowers
one,
big.
In this one, you don't need to do the emeralds. But in Sonic 2, you need to get all the emeralds.
No.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
If there's no Supersonic, then there's no point. If in this one, it's just clearing a special stage.
Yeah, we missed out on Supersonic in Sonic 2 last time.
Yeah, and that's a shame. We can't do that again. We can't do that to our fans.
Now,
the fans of Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's the Sonic CD time stones that hold me back from just
We should play
making
Power Stone.
a blanket proclamation that I'll get all the stone. I mean, I could get all the Chaos Emeralds. I guess a Time Stone's not a Chaos Emerald.
You should get the Time Stones.
Brother, I've tried.
I'm so curious about Sonic CD because of how little I know about it, ever knew about it, and remember about it.
Okay.
How about you?
You know, I've been on a bit of a journey with Sonic CD over the past number of years. You know, when we last played Sonic CD, I was very up in arms about the fact that I felt the game was strongly overrated, and I felt that like there were all these kids who like played Sonic CD once at their rich friend's house who had a Sega CD, and were really impressed by it. And
and there's another thing that we didn't mention, I think. And it's people who did have a Sega CD
and clung to it as the special thing that justifies their outrageous waste of a Christmas or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think there was a whole helping of childhood nostalgia all over the cultural memory of Sonic CD's quality.
I now understand why Sega CD doesn't even really make sense as a thing. Because of how little the benefit of a CD, obviously, is how much storage space it has.
Yeah.
But you have a console that can't take advantage of that space.
No.
Even the PS1 couldn't take advantage of that space. So what are we doing?
Yeah, video was the only thing it was really good for.
I think...
And audio.
So you had CD quality audio, big whoop.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong in that, like... I mean, we're already jumping the gun. We'll see it when we get there. But, you know, on the original, like, CD version of Sonic CD, it's like there's, like, a big load time every time they need to switch the music, you know? But anyways, I think... I used to feel that Sonic CD was strongly overrated and that people had all these incorrect memories about the game. But since then, that game's been re-released, like, 3 or 4 times. And I feel like everyone's opinions about that game have, like, come way down to earth. And I don't really hear people saying that it's the best one all that much anymore.
That's interesting. Not that I disagree. It's just that I never heard anyone talking about Sega CD, and I still don't.
Yeah.
I just don't go anywhere where people are talking about Sonic. So that was just something I had to take your word on.
What?
I don't
constantly seeking out Sonic the Hedgehog opinions?
Yeah. Well, you live near that Sonic Cafe where they serve Sonic water and Sonic G Fuel.
Oh, dude.
And they've got Sonic running around and you can pet him.
Listen, man, I've never been to Tokyo, But if they've got a Gundam restaurant, you can bet your ass they've got a Sonic restaurant.
Sure. Hey, you can go to New York, go to a Goku restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in New York recently, and I just passed by a random place that was like Goku tables, Goku wallpaper, a gigantic Super Saiyan Goku statue.
For a second, I thought you were they were listing these like on the window. Like, we've got all Goku tables,
No,
Goku
it was
wallpaper.
fully decorated. I couldn't even I think that they served ramen, but I'm not 100% sure.
I mean,
it was near Wall Street. If anybody knows what I'm talking about.
I'll tell you this much.
Yeah.
If it's not something that leads to me stacking up those bowls as I'm finishing them, fail.
I was at Black Fox Cafe on
First try.
Pine Street, I think.
Ooh, that sounds like a street for sure.
In
Definitely have a street
in the financial district, and I was walking west or north
Look
from
at this
there, and that's
loser. Oh, I know all the places.